going down Saturday, October 23rd. Bethesda Blues and Jazz presents Brand Nubian, Smith & Wesson, live in concert. For tickets and more information, log on to Bethesda Blues, October 23rd. Brand Nubian, Smith & Wesson in the building. It's crazy. DJ.
The perfect cleanse and reboot for a healthy immune system. Natural. Miracle Food is suitable for all ages. Get your Miracle Food today.
Came out the, fresh out the, rose out the slums where you die for a piece so you survive off the crumbs. You know the gods, we rise with the sun. Made a lot before the light hit the side that it spun. I spin the planet on my finger like a globetrotter. Abracadabra, coke lock with the cold water. Part of my lower self, flashbacks to older self. Airing out the kitchen, no alarm, I'ma knew the smell. I was on a block all along, I was used to hell. In hindsight, all of us was wrong, but who could tell? Sino sent Willie on a mission, now we sitting for life. Now what's the kite if you don't know what to write? Blame Clayton for the strikes, Bob Barker made a killing. Only sat for 3 years, I can't say I know the feeling. My heart hurt for the children that was born with open wounds that don't know they need healing.
He was a man intellectual. The man was wise. And a wise man doesn't speak much. He lets his truth speak for him.
Oh yeah. Everything's right on time. We move at God's speed. I see my sister's is in the house right about time. Right on time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our sister now. Keep in mind, she's a little under the weather. She came in to show her respects. She's not gonna stay long. But ladies and gentlemen, Rod Digger, the queen.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, queen?
Man, I'm sorry. I got to get the shades tonight. I couldn't even try to do a face.
Nah, I feel you, babe. It's all good. It's all good.
I love y'all, though.
We love you too, Digger. So, you a little under the weather. Now, is it confirmed that you got that thing or okay, well, back in the days, they used to call it pneumonia. Nowadays, they call it the Rona. Digger got caught.
I got the cooters.
She got caught out there.
I got the cooters.
She got the cooties.
Fucking with that damn Atlanta, man.
She kissed the wrong frog.
That's what I get for going to Atlanta twice in a row.
Kissing frogs.
Damn.
I blame Atlanta. It was the frog kissing.
It was Atlanta.
It was the frog kissing. Knock it off.
It was that motherfucking Atlanta.
It was eating those goddamn lobster mac and cheese. That's what the fuck it was, okay? Eating that bullshit, putting that bullshit in your body. Stop blaming on coming around other people. You don't know how you got it. But anyway, thank goodness there's a 99.9% recovery rate. So I'm glad that you're on the road to recovery. And we...
Well, let's... Inshallah.
You're not out of the woods. You're good.
Yeah.
You're out of you are out of the woods. I was gonna say you're good.
Inshallah. I'm inshallah. I am, recovering at a rapid speed.
Right. And we giving you that recovery energy and that, those green thoughts, and vibes and
vitamin
that.
C, vitamin D. Hey, check it out.
Yeah.
Miracle food.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Get you some alkaline water as well.
Yes.
But
sir.
yeah. So well, listen, we hope you feel better.
Yeah, very, very, very mild symptoms. Sleepy as all hell, though. I look forward to going back to sleep every time I wake up.
Okay.
But I'm doing well. So,
well, you came here for a reason. Okay.
Absolutely.
Same reason why in tribute I'm rocking my red today. Okay. I'm rocking the red. Okay.
Right.
For my man. So we're gonna bring the legend on right now, just so you could holler at him real quick before you be out, because we know you're not gonna stay too long.
Yes, I could not pay homage to my dear Uncle Red. So yes, I didn't mustered up the
Now, do you still want the digger cam right now, or you don't feel digger cam?
No.
We ain't gonna do all that shit tonight.
I mean, I look good wherever.
Hey, well then what the fuck? Well,
I'm just saying, we gonna dig. Come on, COVID cam. Let's
bring
get
it
it.
and bring it. Here we go. Come on, girl.
All right.
Watch. You still gonna get compliments. Watch. Nigga, I still love you. I don't give a fuck. You got a scarf on with motherfucking whatever the fuck. We love you, nigga. You know how they be on this channel. But anyway, all right.
Gentlemen, I got blessed with a t-shirt while I was down in the A.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So thank you for the merch.
So listen, I want to bring my brother on right now. He is a hip hop pioneer, to say the least, man. This man was down with this thing when this thing first started. He was on the scene. And he's still here today. That's not something that a lot of people could say. This man has remained relevant in some sort of way in hip hop since, we've heard that name. You know what I mean? And seeing that red afro pop up. So ladies and gentlemen, my brother, DJ, Kool DJ, the prop master, Le Poo Poo, Kool DJ, Red Alert.
Uncle Red!
Hold on,
good evening. Good evening.
How are you, King?
What's good? What's good?
I'm great, brother. How are you?
Uncle Red.
Hi, Brad. How you doing?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm coming along. I heard you're not feeling too well. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I got the cooties.
You got the cooties?
I got caught, man. I just tried.
She's gonna be all right. She's doing everything
chasing
natural.
one too many checks.
She's doing everything natural to get herself back
well,
on
the natural
track.
Is good. The
natural is good.
Right. The natural, and keep it natural.
Keep it natural.
Keep it natural. They don't like that.
That's right. I like your sentiment, Uncle Red. And this is a wise man who's lived many years on this planet. And Uncle Red said, keep it natural. I love it.
There's no other way.
How's that lovely wife of yours, Uncle Red?
Your sister? Your sister's doing well. you know, Lord, a lot of people don't understand why I say your sister, because both Rod and my wife, they resemble each other. And people used to run up on my wife and say, Rod. And I wouldn't be surprised they ran up on Rod and say, yo, you Red's wife.
That's crazy.
And then once I had the privilege of meeting her, I was like, oh wow, she kind of okay.
We do favor each other.
Because some people, because I didn't have people come up to me like, girl, people say we look alike. People say we twin. People confuse me with you all the time. And I've been looking like, I don't know if I should slap you or them. But no, your wife, she got it for sure.
Okay, respect. I let her know that you said hello.
Word.
Okay.
So Red, man, I'd like to just, start from the beginning, man.
Okay.
And when I say the beginning, I want to get to, I'm talking like this is probably an obvious question, you know, but where'd you get the name Red Alert from?
Oh, from playing ball.
Mm.
That was my thing before I got into DJing. I was playing ball.
And when we say playing ball, we mean basketball, yes?
Basketball, you know, the B-ball, yeah. Uh-huh.
Right.
Playing organized ball that led to high school ball. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So how old were you when you first were Red Alert?
And
why they call you that? So what fuck was you doing on the court that they needed an alert for that red head?
Well, tall, skinny, big red afro, but I was kind of nice.
You was kind of nice?
Kind of nice.
What was your position? What position you play?
You know, I know they call it like the 2 and 3 nowadays, but it was like called, you know, how can I say? It was called like I was short forward, swing man. When I say swing man, you can go either guard or you could go short forward. But now I know they call it the 2 and the 3. So that's what I was playing. Copy.
Uh-huh. It's crazy how the terms change over time.
Yes,
too.
It did. Definitely.
So you Red Alert from playing basketball.
Right.
When did you get introduced to, I don't know if it even was hip hop, but maybe it was just, you know, music and shit like that, soul music, and then the art of DJing. Like, how did you get into that? Because that's not necessarily an easy thing, like to have equipment and to do all that. How did you get into that?
I first caught the bug of music in the household. Where I was raised by my grandparents. And here it is in the household was between my older brother, my older sister, and I. My older brother was known for collecting all the records. He was always record shopping. So in the household, I heard a little bit of everything. Soul, jazz, funk, some Latin, and also Caribbean, because that's my background, Caribbean. You know, my grandparents from Antigua.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so, you know, here it is that all that was here in the household. And by the time I was going to high school up in the Bronx, I went to Deaver Clinton High School. And I started learning about the different cultures besides being down where I'm at in Harlem. I'm originally from Harlem. A lot of people don't know that.
What part of Harlem? I thought you was from the Bronx for some reason.
Everybody say that.
You're very much associated with the Bronx.
I'm going to tell you why. Harlem raised me, but as far as a DJ, the Bronx created me. I'll leave it like that.
I feel like I know you as one of Bam's DJs.
Yes.
You, Jazzy J. Really, you and Jazzy J was the two main ones that I would hear on the tapes back in the day.
Yeah. It was Jazzy J
all the way. A Red Alert, go berserk.
Along with Africa Islam, Grand Mixer DXT, rest in peace, my man WizKid. I mean, it was quite a few of them, you know. And I got on through my cousin Jazzy, because once Jazzy and the rest of the family moved from down in Harlem up to the Bronx, Jazzy started playing. You know, my aunt helped him along to get his own set. And he made friends with a guy, rest in peace, from Little Sundance. And Little Sundance introduced my cousin Jazzy to Disco King Mario. While he was playing for Mario, people was wondering where he came from. And Bam would say, yo, where he come from? And somebody say, yo, that's that guy that's just moving the project. He said, what are you doing over there with him? He's supposed to be with us. So he brought him over, and that's how my cousin spoke up for me, and I got down.
That's what's up. So wait, you and Jazzy J are cousins?
Yes.
Ah,
yeah.
Dope.
Family.
That's what's up. And shout out to Jazzy J. That's one of my mentors.
I'm sorry, guys. I hate to jump the interview around, because you probably was going to get into this probably like 15 minutes from now, Jamar.
It's okay. Do what you want to do while you're here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask this question. What was your mind state when the Chris and Shan beef was ensuing? Like when you took the position of, okay, I'm about to represent Chris versus Shan and Marley Moore. Like, was it for you? Was this like, what was it like? you know, F them cats, like we run this, or yo, I'm just trying to, you know, have some fun on some hip hop.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when I first joined 98.7 Kiss FM,
Mm-hmm.
here it is, Mr. Magic, rest in peace.
Yes.
He the one that used to always speak on who is it that's down to dial, because he on WBLS, I'm on 98.7. So he used to always look at us as the competitors and want to talk about us. First, he used to talk about my cousin Jazzy, because Jazzy started doing it before me for a couple of months, and then I came on. So he said, who this guy here down to dial that? Who this? What is it called? Red who? Red dirt? Red jerk? Red dirt? And I heard he got red hair. He's Woody Woodpecker. You know, he was calling me all kind of names.
Okay.
And tell you the truth, I was getting mad. You know, you got the street mentality. And I came to the program director. I said, listen here, this guy down the dial dissing me. The program director started laughing. So, you know, I'm really getting mad. Then the program director sat me down. He said, you have a right to be mad, but check this out. Same time he dissing you, he's advertising you. So everybody going to wonder who he's talking about, and they're going to keep turning their dial and go and check you out. And that's what happened. Now, from there, here come the Roxanne, right? When the Roxanne thing came out, here it is, as they trying to claim that they the first one that played Roxanne. I played first. I'm the first play because Roxanne was on the B side. The A side was called Hanging Out by UTFO. I flipped it to the B side and I started playing it. So some situation that happened with the people that have UTFOs, rest in peace, Steve Salem, and them, and what they did, they go ahead and get a female to answer to UTFO, Shantae. So now they go with that. I was hanging out at Russell Simmons' office.
Okay.
As I'm hanging out at Russell Simmons' office, here comes Spider D with a young lady. Say, yo, we just finished this in the studio. Here, Russell gonna put it in the cassette, listen to it. He's like, oh man, this is mean. We gotta get on this, jump on this real quick. And then the young lady said, yeah, but I don't have a DJ. Turn around, look at me, say, will you be my DJ? No problem. That was Sparky D.
She's Sparky D.
So now, so here it is. It all started number one with Magic going after me. Then I get down with Sparky D.
And now she got beef with
going back and forth with Shantae. Meanwhile, it was always a rivalry because
now he's on a BLS, right? They was on BLS. You on Kiss.
I'm on Kiss.
So it's that dynamic going on. It's not just he's a DJ and da.
Yeah, so you know, they got their crew. And I'm down with Sparky. Later on, who I got to know for a long time was my man, rest in peace, Scott LaRock. We lost so many people. And he was telling me that he was getting ready to get into what he was doing. So I'll never forget, but he brought the record for the first time to Latin Quarters on a Celebrity Tuesday. Big up to the Awesome 2. My man, DJ Rahu, put the record on. It was South Bronx. People were going crazy. After he took the record off the turntable and gave it to Scott, Scott handed it to me and say, this is for you. Before I got that record, I was playing the record by MC Shan, The Bridge. One thing I can tell you, even though I was rivals with that other crew, but Ronnie was making hit records.
Right.
So, you know.
You played the hot shit.
I played the hot shit. One thing got nothing to do with the other. I'm not being territorial. I'm playing what I feel is right. So I'm playing The Bridge.
And I was there. He's telling the truth. I was there at the Quarters back then. He's playing all that shit.
So now here it is. When I playing The Bridge for the first time, getting ready to introduce South Bronx, I slam it right in on The Bridge. And when it come to the chorus, say to the bridge, to the bridge. Oh, South Bronx, South Bronx. That would cause disturb.
Damn, I got one more question. I feel like I'm zooming through the whole interview. Last question? Well, for me, do you think that KRS and Kane is a good versus matchup?
You know, it's hard to say. Now, a lot of people don't remember. Some do, some don't. Before Kane became known as smooth, cool, refined artist, he was a battle rapper in the very beginning, too. A lot of people didn't know that. He was spitting that fire, you know? But the only thing that, as far as the catalog, Chris got a longer catalog than Kane.
I absolutely hate that matchup. I don't hate it, but I think there's way better. I personally would like to see like a Kane versus LL. I think they are a better matchup.
Better matchup, but then again,
they're
gonna look at the history upon both
so.
artists.
LL got a lot of shit. I don't know that.
And LL, he's a battle rapper. Kane is not a battle rapper.
Or even
he's a lyricist.
Or even LL and
we wanted Kane and Rakim, but that couldn't happen. That's what we wanted.
No,
we wanted Kane and Rakim.
Everybody speaking on lyricists, totally. But then again, it's a difference between being a lyricist and being a battle rapper. And your MCs, y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong.
You 1,000 right.
You know, so that's what I mean. But not only that, but before Kane and Chris became into their own, they was like this from the beginning. Always close. And Chris originally from Brooklyn. That's another thing.
Right. Yeah, that was actually when we were just talking to Kool V.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about the whole, beef and all that. It was like, yo, we was cool with them. Like, you know what I mean? So it was kind of weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we was cool with KRS and them. Used to go to their crib and all that type of shit.
But it's up to who is it that put this together for them to go after each other. That's the whole thing. Think about it.
So you saying some Svengali shit was going on behind the scenes?
Hey, do we own Versus? No, we watch Versus. More news at 11.
Right.
He said more news at 11. Do you have to go, Digger, or what's good?
Yeah, I can feel.
Give me one more. Give me one. Give me more. Give me one more.
I could talk to you all night. I'm just trying to.
Getting hot.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're going through.
I can feel myself getting winded and stuff. One thing about this thing,
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it feels like a flu, but it's like a flu in your chest. Like that shit is all in here.
I'll tell you what, this is a good time to quit them cigarettes.
Oh, I'm fell all the way back. Okay. You don't want to mess with anything smoke, oxygen.
Then don't start back up. Is what
constricted related. Now I ain't say quit now.
I said it's a good time to quit.
Look, I'm like, now you're going too damn far.
I said it's a good time to quit.
I could cut down.
No, I said quit. It's a good time to quit. Because if you're not smoking right now, there's no reason to really start back up.
I ain't say all that. I said I cut back.
Get well, my girl.
Thank you.
Feel better, Digger.
Get well.
But I'm gonna have y'all in the background on the bigs. I got my Mama Digger in there watching y'all on the surround.
Shout out to Mama Digger. What up, Mama Digger?
Word.
Mama Digger, take care of my home girl.
Yeah. I love you, Uncle Ray.
I love you always.
All right. I love you, our insomniacs. I will catch y'all on the next ep.
All right, y'all. Insomniacs. Yeah, all right, Digger. Peace.
That's our hive.
Peace. All right, my brother.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Okay, well, yeah, she has some good shit. I want to take it back a little further. And then, shit. We got time. You got time?
Yeah.
So, man, I feel like the first time I got introduced to Red Alert was through Zulu Nation tapes.
Okay.
I was too young. First of all, I grew up in New Rochelle. I was born in the Bronx, but my family moved to New Rochelle when I was very young. So I grew up in New Rochelle.
All right.
But fortunately, that's close enough to the Bronx where we were exposed.
Next door.
We're right next door. So we're exposed to hip hop, just like anybody else at lightning speed at that time, without no internet and all that type of shit, just on word of mouth, people redubbing shit and all that. So I used to get mad fucking tapes and shit. And in my mind, I thought I didn't know where y'all was at. I thought, you know, I thought the venues were much bigger and all kind of type of shit. I didn't know that y'all was in like rec rooms and shit. You know what I mean?
So your vision for what you're hearing, you're thinking of something in a bigger range.
Yes,
I understand.
Because before that, I'm looking at record covers. You know what I mean, of other artists, of other musicians that I've seen before. And you look on the back, and when they're in concert, it'd be like a big ass, you know, like the Garden or some shit like that. It'd be a big Astrodome looking shit. I remember looking at this Kiss record, and they was had some big ass shit filled out. So I'm thinking that's what we doing.
Okay.
Immediately. And when I'm hearing all of that in my mind, I'm thinking this is thousands of people.
Right.
And I was shocked to learn, you know, later what it was. Like when I really started going to the Fever and all this type of shit, I'm like, this is the Fever? Like, yeah, the shit was crazy. But so yeah, just tell me about those times, man, of when hip hop was just in its emerging phases, and y'all was out there in the park doing the damn thing.
Well, like I said, I caught the bug with the music, but once I started going to high school, right next to my school, Deaver Clinton High School, like a couple train stops away, is Lehman College, right next door to Walton High School. We used to walk from Clinton and come over to Lehman and hang out in the cafeteria because, you know, Lehman College, you think you're a high school student, you want to be with the big boys, so you go to the college. We ain't supposed to be over there, but we're hanging out in the cafeteria. At the cafeteria, for the first time, I saw somebody with a set. And I was like, what the hell are they doing? So I see they had 2 turntables. They had somewhere in between there. And they had a bunch of records and crates and stuff. And he was playing music. At that time, that was like R&B music. What else? Disco at that time.
And they're playing this in the school, which is super cool.
At the cafeteria.
At the cafeteria. That's what I'm saying.
Hanging there.
Yes.
So later on, my man, Derek Chink, he had me start going downtown with him. I was sneaking into the clubs, you know, wearing my brother's clothes, looking older. I started going to all the clubs downtown where I started learning about all the DJs down there. While that going down, I started learning about a guy by the name of Kool Herc. So I started going to Kool Herc affairs. So that's how I was learning the difference of downtown scene and the Bronx scene. By the time I went away to school and came back home after a year and a half.
Wait, now, real quick, the downtown scene, and when you said you had to wear your brother's clothes, the downtown scene was some fancy shit, right? Where you had to wear shoes and, you know, a fucking kind of suit and all that nice collar shirt and all that type of shit, right?
Well, they let me get away because at that time, the fashion at that time, the shoes was like British Walkers.
Right, okay.
Playboys.
Mock necks and Swedish knits and all that.
Yeah, you know, wearing a quarter field. So, you know, and then you go get the fake ID, you know?
Right. At the motherfucking, what was that? Astroland or some shit like that.
There you go.
That was the spot. Everybody got their straight shit there back in the day.
And they knew they was fake, but they allowed me in after a while. But the thing about
At least you was trying, goddammit. At least you went and got something to show these motherfuckers. That's why I think they let me.
And they used to always say, you come in, but don't go near the bar. Go here. But they saw that when I came in, I ain't go nowhere but looking at the DJ.
Right.
And I stayed there looking at the DJ. So they, you know, the bouncers looking, watching you and everything. And they see that you don't go nowhere until I start getting a seat. I sit down and watch the DJ all day. I wasn't into no females. I wasn't into drinking. I just watched the DJ till the bouncer say, you all right? You want a drink? They teasing me and got me a soda for free and everything. After that, I'm coming uptown to the Bronx. Now I'm going to a Kool Herc field. So now, Thursday after work and Friday night, I'm going downtown. Saturday, I'm going to Kool Herc. I'm learning both sides. So after I come home from school, from watching, because I took up communication engineering when I was in Hampton. Come back, who the next wave is after Herc? You got Flash, rest in peace AJ, rest in peace Mario, Bambaataa, my man Smokey. The list is long, so many DJs. it inspired me to go ahead and save my money up, working down the garment district, picking up piece by piece different equipment, buy records at Disco Mat and Rock and Soul. And I taught myself how to play by watching.
Yes, that's how I taught myself by watching. That's how I taught myself a lot of shit.
And I think it also helped me because when I was in school, I took up music. I learned how to read music. So I learned how to match bars for bars, how to segue and mix and blend.
Oh, that's interesting. You read music. That's interesting.
Yeah, Sure. So that's what it is. So now here it is. I taught my cousin Jazzy the basics. And by the time Jazzy moved to the Bronx, my aunt helped him get his equipment. And he got down with Bam. That's when he said to Bam, yo, look out for my cousin. And then I came in. And that was like the 4th annual Zulu Nation anniversary in 1979.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to Big Anubis over here. Somebody's like, yo, somebody's getting some good sleep. All of those that know, that's really followers of the show know that I got 100-pound bully pit here named Anubis. And that's him snoring in the background. You probably can hear that right now.
Yeah, I hear some snoring in the background.
That's this big ass pit right here snoring and shit. So
I'll get ready to say, yo, is that boring?
Nah. That's just his fucking big ass. I need to get his fucking ass. Right? Wake your ass up. But yeah, he's not gonna wake up. He's knocked out. So I'm just going in and out with the mute button. So
during that time, like I say, watching all the DJs right after Herc, catching the vibe, hanging up in the Bronx all the time. At that time, there was no such thing as you had to get a permit, anything to bring in the parks. It was for free. Everybody in the park hanging out, bring their sound system. You walking from one park jam to another. I used to walk up and down all through the Bronx, And right. I got cool with everybody in the Bronx because what happened, I went to Clinton during the middle of the gang era. So can you imagine going to an all-boys school where there's a dozen gangs?
So tell me about some of the gangs that existed back then, because, I don't think a lot of people understand when they think of gangs right now, they think of the Bloods and the Crips. But back in the 70s, the 60s and 70s, New York had a big gang culture. So why don't you just give us a little history on some of the gangs that you remember that existed?
Actually, originally when the gang started, but by the time I got to Jimmy Clinton in like mid-70s, early to mid-70s, you had the Black Spades, the Black Pearls, the Savage Nomads, the Seven Javelins, the Royal Crowns, the Bachelors. I mean, it was so many of them. And so imagine being an all-boy school, which is about average of 3,000 in there, and how many gangs is in there. But I got cool with them because they ain't messing none of the people that was into sports. They ain't really messing to regular people. They just getting into it with gangs. Not messing with no regular people. It's gangs against gangs. And I go, matter of fact, I got cool with my man. He was in there. He was in my homeroom class. Blood, Mitch Green.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mitch Green was in your homeroom class.
Yes, indeed.
And what kind of nigga was Mitch Green?
He was I think he was the leader of the Black Pearls at that time. But me and him got cool, and he was like saying I'm his little man, So I was good with everybody,
Right.
But after that died down, started going to Kool Herc affairs, and then started going to I was always up and down through the Bronx. Me from Harlem, hanging in the Bronx so much.
Which is why you became synonymous with the Bronx, I believe.
Probably so.
So, I gotta ask, man. You ran a lot with Zulu Nation.
Yes.
Recently, some allegations came against Bambaataa. That said he was, doing some things to some young boys. Is that something that you witnessed or had any kind of feeling of back then?
Tell you God's honest truth. God's honest truth. I never saw nothing, never heard of anything. You may heard of speculations what was taken back in the gang era, but during that present time I was around him, I didn't hear none of that. So I
Now,
know
what do you
not
mean by that? Speculations of the gang era.
speculation is like similar to what you asking me now. I was
Right.
hearing during the gang era, you know, for initiation, this what was going on. So that's what I was hearing.
Right.
The reason I can't speak much on it because if I didn't witness it, what is it for me to speak about?
Mm.
So now here it
But
is.
you was hearing that some of the gang's initiation had to do with some homosexual practices.
That's what I was hearing.
Right. Okay.
But once again, now being around with Bam and Zoo Nation, I never witnessed anything. None. Not at all. Not one time. So what is it can I speak on something I never seen or never heard of?
Right.
So now here it is. When I start becoming into my own, and I'm still part of the Zoo Nation, but I'm branching off to get into my own, I still don't know what's going on because I'm busy in my vision looking upon what I'm doing to build myself. So now, what year is it that we start hearing things? I don't even know. Meanwhile, I moved on.
Right. I mean, you know, we came up in Strong City Studios. You know that. You know what I mean? Rocky Bucano and all. And that was like a Zulu Nation stronghold. You know what I mean? Bambaataa used to be up in there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever see anything? No. You know what I mean? Did I hear some rumors? Not about gang initiation, but I heard some rumors one time, but whatever. I heard some rumors. But that's just rumors. That's not some shit I ever seen or whatever. So the same way. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. The only thing that made me a little weird about the whole shit when it came out in the beginning and what made me say something in the first place, because I probably wouldn't have said anything really, was when our brother Bee Stinger, who we all know, okay, especially if he was up at Strong City Studios, when the brother Bam said that he didn't know Bee Stinger, to me, that was a red flag. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I know for a fact that he knows Bee Stinger. Why would you lie about that? You know what I mean? So it's like, man, you made yourself look bad, because if you lie about that, what else are you lying about? Like, because you definitely know Bee Stinger. I've seen y'all in the same room on many of occasions. You know who Bee Stinger is. Everybody knows who Bee Stinger is.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Around what year was this going on?
What was going on?
What year when you start hearing about certain things? You was hearsay.
The hearsay was not what he was doing per se, specifically to anybody. You know what I mean? But, you know, if I keep it 1,000, you know, the rumor was, yo, Bam might be gay. You know what I mean? That was the rumor.
Okay.
It wasn't like, yo, he did some shit to, you know, it wasn't he's a pedophile or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was just a plain rumor. And it was like, and then it was like, really? You know what I mean? It was like, well, damn, I don't see it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, he ain't gonna act like that. If he is, that's his fucking business. You know what I mean? That's kind of how we took it. Like, you know what I mean?
Now the reason I asked that, because once I start pulling off, being on the radio.
And this is, well, this got to be in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Once I start getting more involved with radio, playing more downtown, and then later on being like in Union Square, Latin Quarters, building my team around me, the Violators, meeting new friends. And I wasn't up in Bronx River that much. Only if I came up for anniversaries or certain occasions. So I don't know day by day what's going on up there. You know, I'm downtown and around my neighborhood making my name for what I'm known to be. So that's what I say. What is it can I say if I never witnessed or I never heard of?
Right. Well, that's all. That's all you can say. It's just, but we need to know what your account is, because you're associated You see what I'm saying? And this is something that came up, and so we feel like, well, damn, did people that was in the, in the early stages of this, did they see anything that they was alarmed by, or whatever the case may be? Like,
and you know what? That's a true factor. But many a times, let's face this, in real life, we've been living around people that have done all the wrong things in their lives, and some of them live a double life, and you don't even know what's going on with them. So they be like, well, you know them, you've been around them, but I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So what is it can I speak on if I don't see it? I never heard about it. So that's what I'm saying. We live around killers. We live around drug dealers. We live around. If somebody came to me and say, yo, man, he ride up and down looking flat, he's a drug dealer, I said, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen him sell drugs. But you heard, well, he's drug. How you gonna say I know if I never see what he do? So how you gonna tell me he's a killer? Did I see him kill a person? So people gonna always associate you because you know that person, but you don't know what their life is about.
No, I feel you. All right. Well, listen, you answered that flawlessly. I appreciate it. Let's move forward. Okay, into around the time when late 80s, early 90s. Shit. Red Alert is you were the king. You were the DJ king. You had the radio on lockdown. Am I right or left?
Hey, I know that when I came on in 1983 in October, I learned how to build, create, establish, and become to what it is. And I just learned how to keep that flow going, because you don't stay on top of your shit, you will be replaced.
Listen, I was such a hip hop fiend back then. Like I was always, I was up in the tunnel. I was up in the, the quarters. I was at all these spots, rooftop, whatever the fuck you can name, whatever hip hop shit you can name back then, I was there. And I think I told you this story, but I want to just share it with the audience. So I remember there was a phase in my life when, it was like, all right, you got to stop doing this street shit or else you're going to fuck around and go to jail. And that's going to stop your, your mission from doing this hip hop shit. You know what I mean? So you, young man, you need to fucking get a job or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like 18, maybe getting my first regular job. Like, you know what I mean? So it was at this fucking spot where they build tents and shit,
Right.
And this was some hard fucking work. Like I'm talking, they got tents that are the size of, that fit in your backyard. And they got tents the size of a football field. Right. So, and it's slave work. Back then, minimum wage was like $3 and some change an hour. You know what I mean? It's crazy shit, right? So, long story short, we out in Jersey somewhere, man. We doing one of these football field tents. This shit got revolving doors and all kinds of shit. And then, man, I'm pissed. It's Friday night. I should be at the quarters. The Red Alert's on the radio right now. I'm missing all this shit. And these motherfuckers is trying to fucking slave me. You know what? And I might have had like 3 days on the job. It's like my third day on the job, Red. Fuck y'all. I quit. I quit. I went in the van in one of the trucks, fucking turned on Hot 97. You know what I mean? And there you were playing your shit. I rolled up some fucking weed. I'm smoking weed, listening to fucking, you know what I mean? Hot 97, Red Alert, hip hop, the shit that I love. You know what I mean?
Getting cloudy, huh?
In the truck, yeah, getting cloudy. Like, fuck these motherfuckers, man. I'm just trying to fight with the foreman later that night. Shit was crazy. I say all that to say, man, yeah, you was worth doing shit like that for. Like, you know what I mean? Like you was worth quitting a motherfucking job for, a slave job for, and and just being like, fuck that. I'm standing on the side of hip hop, man. Fuck y'all niggas, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Now, when I first got on radio, they wasn't paying me at first. I went 3 months without pay.
Whoa.
Yeah, 3 months without pay, but I was building my name. Even same thing for my cousin Jackie. He was on before me for 2 months. He was building his name, which led him to get studio work, getting parties. But then he started being on the road with Soul Sonic. So that's where they brought me in. And I'm building my name, but I still had a job at the side. I used to work at this company called Gibbs and Hill. And that company was in Two Penn Plaza, right across the street from Madison Square Garden. My job position, I used to OK blueprints because I took up drafting in school. I took up music, I took up drafting. Drafting where you learn how to read layouts and blueprints for different structures. So that's what I was doing. But here it is. When I got on, I wasn't getting paid. I didn't get paid until like the beginning of the new year, October, November, December. By January, I was getting something, and it was still low.
I was gonna say, and you was getting something. You don't sound like you was getting it.
And I was on every other week. I wasn't on every week. They had me on from 11 at night to 2 in the morning. I was getting paid every other week, and it was only $100.
Wow.
Only $100.
Wow.
But look at the amount of time, how many gigs I got and parties to do for my exposure. So I always use the radio as my office for outside work.
Right. And it made you a fucking star. Like, because just being on the radio or the TV at that time was just something magical about it. Like, if you was on the radio, man, like, you a fucking star, man. So let's talk about how, I mean, I guess, you know, because once you was down with like KRS and all of them, then it was like, then you're known for like being down with the Jungle Brothers and all that type of shit. Tell me how that relationship came about, actually, with the Jungle Brothers.
Well, like you just heard me said about with Scott, you know, I knew Scott, so I got to build with them to become parties of Boogie Down Production. After Jungle Brothers, it's all started with my nephew Mike. Mike G is my sister's son. He's my nephew. He's my sister's son.
Ah.
So now here it is. He in high school. And while in high school, he used to always say, yo, we want to make a record. We want to make a record. I wasn't taking him serious in the beginning. But then my man, Tony D, they used to have this group called Bad Boys that made that record, Inspector Gadget. Remember that? Yeah. Right. So here it is. Tony D say, yo, Red, I just put the studio in my house. Yo, if you got anybody that you want to bring down to start doing some work, let me know. I thought about my nephew. So I came to my nephew. I said, yo, tell you and your team to go on down and do your thing. First, they started doing one thing at Jazzy Studio, but they continued to go to Tony D studio. That was way out there.
So wait, they was at Jazzy Studio. Which one? Because I remember first he had the one on Westchester Avenue.
Yeah.
Under the 6.
That's
and
the
then
one
there was
went to.
Allerton Avenue one.
That's the one he went to, Westchester.
Westchester Avenue one. Okay.
That's the one he went to. So they did something first there, but then they continued to start going over to Tony D. His studio was way out there by Coney Island. Way out there. So they traveled all the way out there to record. And that's when they started making their bones. Meanwhile, the school that Mike went to was Mary Bertram.
Mary Bertram, rocking on.
So these are all the people that was in Mary Bertram High School. It was Mike, Africa.
Right.
My man, Brother Jay from X-Clan. My man, rest in peace, Sugar Shaft. That was the DJ. Also was Q-Tip.
Right.
Ali Shaheen.
Right.
And Jerobi.
Right.
So they all went to the same high school. So they always doing things down there, and they start to learn how to formulate this up and become who they are. So that's where Jungle Brothers came about. Same time Jungle Brothers came about, I got real close to Mark the 45 King. Mark the 45 King was bringing me all the different beats all the time. I play on the radio. That's why I went and got that promo. Kool DJ Red Alert with the 45 King special. So I could give him his platform. No? Then he started bringing me different artists. He was bringing me Bati, Shirab G, Lakshin Shabazz, Apache, and then he brought me this young lady by the name of Queen Latifah. So now I'm listening to all that. I'm checking it out, liking that, I'm playing it. Same time, here come De La Soul. De La Soul coming around. So De La Soul coming around, you know, they doing their thing. I'm playing their stuff. De La Soul and Jungle Brothers got to meet each other for the first time at a summer spot I think up in Boston. Queen Latifah is label mates with De La Soul, Tommy Boy. I have ties with Walker 45 King, so we all start mingling around each other. And you know, like a lot of people go and look at me like the leader. I wasn't the leader. I would say that Jungle Brothers helped lead to connect everybody together. You know? Here it is. They went overseas for the first time in 88. Who Africa come across meeting? Moni Love. You know? Now, that's another attachment. I got cool when I was DJing with Sparky D. When I was down the top in North Carolina, I forgot what part of North Carolina it was. I met this guy. He was the top DJ down there. He was known as Shorty Doo-Wop, him and his cousin. He came up here and said, yo, man, I want to get ready to go on, move on to the next thing. I got this guy, he from Queens, and we want to make some music together. Shorty Doo-Wop changed his name to Mr. Long. His man name is Drez. They became Black Sheep. So you see how we always assembling around each other. Meanwhile, who I have with me hanging all the time was the Violators. So we was always just like attaching ourselves to each other.
And okay, and so now I also told you how, see, back then, y'all, DJs actually broke records. Like they would listen to a record and decide if the shit was dope and if there was some shit they was gonna play or not. Like, you know what I mean? And this man, I've seen him do it on the fly. First of all, how did you get introduced to Pooh Bah?
First, I got introduced to Pooh Bah, but he was down with the group called
Master of Ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies.
They had Sexy, Crack Out.
Right, Crack Out, and then Sexy, which was really big. You know? And that's how I came across him.
So you came across, you learned, he got on your radio, on your radar from Master of Ceremonies. Now, one day, he shows up at the radio station with an acetate talking about, yo, I got a new group. Play my joint. Because that's what the fuck happened. Like I remember we had to acetate, yo, come on, we're gonna go up to Red Alert. We're gonna get this shit played. I know Red from, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so he was our pioneer, like his relationships that he had from Master Ceremonies and all that type of shit. We used those shits, you know, we was just following him like, all right, come on, you are fearless leader. Like we up there. And so we went up there, sitting in the lobby, all that type of shit. We waiting. Finally, yo, here come Red Alert. Red Alert comes out. Pooh Bah gave you the record or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I think you went back, put it down, listen real quick in the headphones. Like, all right, cool. So we like, all right, we leave, we go back downstairs, and that's my word. By the time we got back to the fucking car, the shit was playing on the motherfucking radio.
And everybody know my thing. If I like it, I'm going to play it.
But it was like, you got a show going. You had a show going on. You were in the middle of your show. You had to kind of just listen to it and give it a quick, like, what was your criteria? Because it had to be, did it grip you right away? Because you didn't have a lot of time to really listen to the whole fucking song. How would you know?
Well, put it this way. There was, during the commercial breaks, I used to have 10 minutes worth of commercial.
Mm.
I was able to come running out, get
Yes.
the record, go ahead, listen to a portion of it, take a judgment, and see where I'm going to fit it in. Because
Now, what was your
through that-
judgment? What would you use as your judgment? What made you say yay or nay to a record?
My judgment about a record is presentation of how the delivery is as a person rhyming, how the tracks sound, how it fit all together, like one good portion. Like you get a meal, you got the meat, you got the starch, you got the vegetable. If everything complete, it tastes good. If I hear everything as one complete, sound good. So and then there was times, I know a lot of people was always griping me because I was always honest. If I didn't care for a record, I'd tell them in a minute. I don't care for it. I don't feel it. That was my saying. I don't feel it.
Right.
You know? And a lot of people getting mad at me, but I was honest. And then, you have people that want to try to shove a couple dollars in my face. And I said no.
And be like, do you feel it now?
Yeah.
Do you feel it now?
Yeah. And I'll be like,
no.
No.
I still don't feel it.
No.
Because
I'm not even taking your money. No. I'm not, you can't buy me.
Right.
You can't buy me. You're not going to pimp me. I pimp myself. Here it is. You go ahead and do your thing with everybody else. But if you got something that sounds better, bring it back to me. There was one person I give a lot of respect to. He's no longer here with us. He came up to me about 2 or 3 times with a record. Each time he came up to me with it, I honestly said, "Nah, I don't like it." He never said nothing. He left. Come back again. No. That final time he came, he let me listen to it. I heard it. Yo, my man, you got one. I like this. That was The Word I Manifest, Gangstar. Rest in peace, my man Kool. That's what I did.
Rest in peace, Guru.
Same thing. Remember the first time Naughty by Nature was known as New Style. Here it is. They was trying to come at me with that song. I didn't like it.
You sound like you was about to say, here they was trying to come at me with that new style shit.
Nah, that was the name of their group, New Style.
I know. But they had that new style music that wasn't that Naughty by Nature music, I'm sure. Like it was
right.
Probably all right, but wasn't that OPP?
Didn't care for it. Until here it is. One day I'm coming out from remember the Red Zone?
Of course.
54th Street. I'm coming out. I see my man Pookie. He was representing Naughty by Nature. He said, "Yo, Red, I want you to come over here and listen to the car what I got." And I heard it for the first time, OPP. And I look at him, I say, "You got one." All you gotta know that if you get that certain pattern and that certain sound, you know where you gotta go from there. That's what it is. I try to encourage people to go back to the drawing board. I understand you blood, sweat until you spend time in the studio. Hey, same thing. Everybody trying out to be on the team. You might not make the cut. What you gonna do? You gonna practice some more. Record don't sound good. Go back to this, try it again until something hit. That's me.
Tell me about your relationship with my former manager, rest in peace, Chris Lighty.
Chris Lighty was one of the original members of the Violators. And Violators was started the first day I started doing Union Square. It was Chris Lighty, a guy named Dow, we call him Sneaky D, and a couple other guys. So this is what they said to me, because when I started doing Union Square, they came down to me and said, "Yo, Bam sent us down here." I know damn well. I say, damn well, Bam ain't sent you. But I see what you are looking to see. I'm branching out into my own. So I say, come on in. Meanwhile, they doing their little shenanigan stuff in there. And
such as what? What are they doing? They robbing niggas? They beating niggas up? What are they doing?
Nah. Number one, they had this fuck Brooklyn type attitude, because remember, Brooklyn and Uptown was still at the time. So fuck that. And then they saw anybody from Brooklyn that had a girl and the girl looked good, They want to take their girl.
Mm.
I mean, yo, man, what y'all doing? You can't be doing this. I said, y'all violating. That's where violators come in.
Ah, so they violating niggas' girls.
Yeah.
Ah.
Meanwhile, besides Lady, and at that time we called Lady Baby Christmas, not yet, but later, him along with Dow, the others, they pull off. Here come the others. Here come Big Ryder and Chris Ali. Bam sent us. Here we go again. All right, come on in. So now they seeing what's going on with Chris and Dow with the situation with Brooklyn. So everybody assembled because Brooklyn was on the wild out. Snatching chains, setting up people, robbing. They was doing, sepulchres and all that was going on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always some gripe all the time, back and forth. Then later on we start calling him Baby Chris. Why? Because there was two Chris Ali, Chris Light. Chris Ali was older than Chris Light. So we call him Baby Chris, even though he had at that time like the baby looking face, but we call him Baby Chris because he was younger. The last piece that came with this tall, dark-skinned guy, had Jerry curls, and he was related to one of the violators, Big Rod. Then he come in. That was my man Has. We call him Black Jesus. Before you know it, that's the 5. So now here it is. As time go by, Chris also got real close with Scott, rest in peace. So he started a lot more business both sides between me and Scott. So when the Jungle Brothers came on board, I needed somebody to be representing them on the road as a road manager. I said, yo, I need you to go represent them because one thing about Lighty was cocky and arrogant. He had a good head on his shoulder. A lot of people don't know that Lighty, at the same time, Lighty was going to school and was an electrician for Metro North Station. He was doing that. So he's an electrician. He going to school and weekends he hanging out with me. So I see he got a little cap, So now after he go ahead and get involved with Jungle Brothers, and before you know, he became like the 4th member because he being part of the show. Now here it is. You have people such as Leor, that's Coens that have interest in Chris, snatch him up. Took him under his wing. Chris started building his bones to be coming to his own. Established a company, started having violated records, violated management.
And DJ Red Alert was always there as an ally, as a resource.
So it's like I was a little salty because he went on to be with Leor, but I can't hold somebody back if they have a vision. Gotta let them be.
What would you rather have seen happen as opposed to him going off with Leor?
For us to build our own empire within ourselves. That was it. And they were looking at him as the shaker and the mover.
Right.
And not only that, but I was only could do but so much as far as representing, because I did have like production and management. But also, as I'm on the radio, a lot of people don't understand. I can only do but so much because it's a conflict of interest. You program it on radio,
right? And
you have an audience,
right?
So when it's going to be one or the other, you can't do both. It's a conflict.
We're talking to Red Alert. If y'all just joining us, Kool DJ Red Alert, the prop master. Make sure you click that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Make sure you can share this live with people. Get us up higher in the algorithms and all of that. How you get the name the prop master?
Here it is that, it was a slogan and saying at one time when somebody was doing their thing, had a good show or whatever they did real good. They say, yo, right, you did your thing. You get your props. So then I took that and I just started forming the title Prop Master. And it caught on. As it caught on, everybody started calling me prop master because I'm saying prop master. I'm saying prop master to the rest of them, but they call them back in me prop master.
Right. Like you are the one who's giving the props, so you're the prop master, I guess they're saying.
That's what it was.
Right.
And I turned out having that title.
Plus, yeah, like if DJ Red Alert plays my record, that's how I get props. So he's the prop master. It's almost like he is the gatekeeper of the props. You see, we can't get the props without going through the prop master.
So that's how that title came up.
Interesting. And then, so tell me about Le Poupou. I remember you was at one time, it was nothing. If you saw Red Alert, he was like, Le Poupou? Like you were Uncle Le Poupou. So, tell me about your Le Poupou phase.
So here it is.
Very well.
We used to always have this drink in Latin quarters. And I forgot who is it that starts saying it. But we start calling the drink poo-poo juice. And I was saying, and then me and Big Rod, we was always making a little saying, S just a la poo-poo-poo. Me and Big Rod are the violators.
So it's just a little poo-poo.
Es just a la poo-poo, and la poo, you know. So everything around poo-poo we was saying in different phrases.
Right.
And that's how that became. So, you know, what I always learned that the different phrases or sayings I had will resonate to grabbing everybody's attention. Just like when I was starting off on the radio doing the year, you know? And certain slogans is different, certain whatever it is, it's catchy and they account you for that because they only hear it from you. So you know you become that's your MO.
You know, it's dope when you used to have your son doing the fucking shout outs and shit. Now, how old is he? Like 35 right now? 40?
No. You know, if I say how old right now, he gonna kill me. But honestly, he's 41 right now.
Yeah, I just guessed. I said what? 40? I'm guessing. Please. We know. You can't stay a little kid forever. That voice ain't gonna stay that young forever.
But you know, he want a different number out there in the streets.
Man, tell him knock it off.
I'm gonna tell you
what it is. Be proud of your age, bruh.
Yeah. So here it is. What encouraged me to do that because when I was coming up listening to radio, remember Ken Spiderweb?
Yes.
Ken Spiderweb. By the time I was in high school listening to him, he used to have his kids on in the morning show with the different sayings, the slogan. And he had either the twin sons or his daughter. Matter of fact, the daughter turned out to be a personality herself. So that would encourage me. And then would also encourage me when you were a kid and you were always looking at TV. And when you're looking at TV, you're looking at these shows that have something involved with the kids, you know, and you be saying to yourself, fascinated, you like, damn, I wish I was on that show with them kids, you know, when you were small. So now, as I'm thinking, for what is it that Ken Spiderweb was doing, and knowing if I put my son on there, I know that other kids his age or a little older going to be like, oh, they're going to be influenced by hearing that voice. So I'm encouraging them to check me out and listen to me. So I was thinking of all different type of things, features to put around my show, as well as playing the music, playing the hits.
Well, it worked because it was definitely, you know, it just stood out. It was catchy. Let me ask you. There was a girl that used to be around a lot back in the days. They said this was Red Alert's sister. Was that your sister?
Actually, that was not my sister.
I see. I had a feeling that wasn't your sister.
Nah, Tanya.
You know who the fuck I'm talking about? What's her name?
Tanya.
Tanya. That's right. Yo, hold up. Let me set the stage. Fucking Tanya. If you was a hip hop motherfucker back in the days, in the 80s, in the mid 80s, going towards the early 90s, there's no way that you was going to some live hip hop shit and not seeing this girl, Tanya. Where the fuck do you know where Tanya's at right now?
From what I last heard, she out somewhere in Jersey. That's what I heard.
Yo, Tanya used to be everywhere and made herself known. She used to be with all the thugs. I mean, she used to be with she was ill.
More than ill.
And she seemed a little fast. But they were saying that was your sister. Why did everybody say that was Red Alert's sister?
She was going around telling everybody that she was my sister. I knew Tanya when she was very young, very small, very young. And I had like up under my belt. Even though I know she was wild and crazy, I always had her up under me, you know? So she started going all the spots I was playing at. But the problem with Tanya, with that mouth and instigating and all kind of stuff that led to headaches, problems. I was like, oh my God. She was a piece of work.
Yo, Tanya was a piece of work. Like, I'm telling y'all, some of y'all know who the fuck I'm talking. Was she from the Bronx? Somebody said Tanya from the Bronx.
Nah, she from off 126th Street between 5th and Lenox Avenue.
Yo, Tanya was wow, but she loved the fuck out of hip hop because I'm telling you, she used to be everywhere. Like everywhere you go, yo, Tanya was there. Yo, Red Alert sister. And I'm like, damn, it must be pretty good to be Red Alert sister because she's everywhere. Like she's using that shit to get in everywhere.
A lot of perks. A lot
of fucking perks it got her. But yeah, I used to start seeing her with drug dealers and all kinds of. I'm like, wow, like she was a wild piece.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But shout out to Tanya. She was a hip hop staple back then. But something I had a feeling. I said, you know what? I bet you that ain't even his real sister. You know what I mean? Like I said, let me ask him.
I had to pull away from after a while because things got too out of place, too crazy, and like
hey, that ain't my sister, y'all. Like
I had to pull away.
Your sister fucking robbed me. She took my hey. I ain't got nothing to do with that, y'all. Because Tanya seemed like that type. Fuck around and nigga wake up in the morning and shit is gone. Hey. Where the fuck is Tanya? Well, I know where to go. That's Red Alert sister. I'm gonna just go ask Red about it.
Ain't that some shit? Yeah, it was ill at that time.
Those were the days, man. So shit, man. Fast forward to today, man. You still ain't stopping, huh?
Hey, listen here, man. It's like a musician. There's some people who know that have been on the road with so many different groups or as a group itself that still to this day is still doing their thing. Same thing like artists.
Right.
You know, that we knew as we were growing up, we saw them in R&B or whatever form of music they doing, and they still rocking to this day. One thing I give respect to Grandmaster Flash, he always said he's the person that made a turntable into an instrument. And that's what we as DJs did. We make turntables be like instruments and orchestrate the audience. So if I'm able to continue on and still have a passion for it, why stop?
Facto.
You know, I'm thankful to say that I've been on all 4 stations in New York City for urban, 98.7 KISS, Hot 97, Power 105. And I never thought I would ever, in my wildest dreams,
be on BLS.
That's like saying Beet Root wind up going to the Red Sox before he retired, you know?
Yo, that is so crazy how life works, though. Like after all of that, that you'd end up right now. If you're not aware, you can listen to DJ Red Alert on WBLS. What's your slot on BLS?
I'm on 6 days a week from 6 to 7, Monday to Friday, doing the after work mix, you know, on Saturday, 6 to 8.
Wow. 6 days a week, still DJing 6 days a week. Now, let me ask you something. What kind of music are you playing on there?
What I got me playing is an era of the 90s and up. They don't want me to go too far back. They want me to stay about the 90s era to today's music. So I'm still judgmental of what is it I'm programming and what I'm playing. Make sure it fit for the audience. Because the audience, as they older, they settle, still want to be a little hip, but they live more settled on what they want to hear, you know?
So let me ask you, how do you feel about this new music that they're calling hip hop? Like, how do you feel like, do you like these records? Do you feel good playing these records?
Honestly, mix. When I say mix, it goes according to the vibe, the notion of what it is. But if I know that I was the person that used to introduce and break records, I'm not in that position no more.
Right.
The audience is letting me know what they like and what they care for. So like I was saying, the older crowd that still want to be a little hip, they may want to hear some of the records that you be like, but this is what they want. Okay, I got to give it to them because I'm not in that slot breaking records no more. I'm now in the slot
Of you
giving
just gotta
them
follow what's going on.
Please, because you know, ever since the internet world came in, we don't break records no more. It's the internet that break records. Everybody go online, see what the latest on YouTube, what's the latest in TikTok, what's the latest whatever.
I still feel like, you know, before all this Rona shit, like if you're in the club, I feel like that's a place where you could still break records in a fucking club. You know what I mean?
Of
like
course.
You got control of that environment, and as long as it don't fuck up the flow of what's going on, like you could break a record in the club, I believe.
But the sad part right now, if you think about it, and I'm not even to within some people a little younger than us, they want to come run up to a DJ and throw their phone right in their face. This is what I want to hear. You know, this is the mindset that they have today, you know,
right?
And not really respecting the DJ.
Because I got to be honest, you know, a lot of people don't know. I started as a DJ originally. That's how I got into this hip hop shit, as a DJ. So, you know, I just think about myself, and I just think about, you know, even DJs like yourself or Funk Master Flex, especially, I'm going to be honest, I think about Funk Master Flex, right?
Okay.
He came up in a great era where there was a lot of great hip hop and all that type of shit, right? And now he's forced to play way more of this now shit than you are. You know, you're on a more mature station where, you know, you can still get away with playing some of the older shit and mixing the new shit.
Right.
But his shit, he got to play a lot of that new shit right now. And I just feel like if it were me, you know, inside, I would just feel like this shit is sucking my soul out, man. Like I can't fucking do this shit anymore.
Right.
Like if I'm really forced to play, like I don't really like this fucking music. Who am I fucking fooling? But now I gotta go to a club, and when I throw this, I gotta go like this and act like I really like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really like this fucking song. Like, I just want to come in and play shit from the 90s. Can I just play the shit? You know, but so what? I'm gonna let y'all know now. If y'all want to hire me as a DJ, what I got in my fucking computer and all that type of shit is 90s and 80s and 90s and a little 2000, little early 2000. That's it. Like, so if you want to hire me, that's what you're getting. I'm not playing fucking little whatever the fuck that's out right now. I'm not doing it.
I will admit, for all the real crazy stuff that's over there hot, just like all other stations across the board, I will pick and choose what sound right. But I gotta take time. I be judgmental upon what is it that I have. That's what I say. I be like, I mix according to what I judge. Still got, you know, even though it's crazy to hear today that they look at Trey Songz old. They look at no, this is the mindset.
Yeah, yo, Biggie is old school for these motherfuckers.
Chris Brown is old. Neo is old. Miguel is old. And you still fit it in, but then you see that Chris Brown is still gonna come with some stuff like. I think he just has something new that he just
he got some new shit right now.
But he make it sound like it fit along with everything else you program. Even though you be like, but it sounds like it could fit so it could flow. No, because I'm still into the mixing, blending, making sure everything sounds complete.
Because that's what they're all into now. It's the playlists. They want to get more than have you as a DJ play the shit. They want to get on these Spotify playlists, and the hot playlist.
And then I'm gonna tell you another thing a lot of people don't understand as far as radio is concerned. Remember, radio is a business. So as radio is a business, as they asking me, don't go too far back, because you go too far back, you're gonna resonate to the older audience that know you and grew up with you, but they're not spending money for advertising. So they want you to go ahead and cater to an audience of the average of 30, 40, and up. That are the shakers and movers, the entrepreneurs, the executives, the ones that people can advertise on the radio for them to go and buy. It's business. That's what it is. It's business. Still got to do my thing, but you got to learn how to be in association. What is it they're asking you to do too? It's like saying you're playing in the NBA. Now you playing street ball, you could do what you want. NBA, you are stretching along with other players on the team. So that's the same thing I'm trying to compare.
Man, I mean, you've had so much time in this game, man. Like, I'm sure you got a million fucking stories, man. Tell me just a quick story real quick that, I don't know, some shit that you haven't said on another radio show or anything like that. Tell me a crazy story on the road or some shit like that. At a club or at a gig at somebody's house that we wouldn't even expect you to be at. I like stories like that. I was DJing at you know what I mean? Some crazy motherfucker's crib.
As a matter of fact, I'll never forget this one time. Just the after-hours spot up around my way in Harlem. So as my man, I knew he was playing the spot, right? So he wanted me to get on. So I'm taking time, lining up these records to see all what I'm going to play one behind another.
Was this the shit around like 110th or some shit like that?
Nah, right? Up around 120-something street. It's the after-hours spot on Lenox Avenue. I forgot the name of the spot.
Okay.
So I'm lining up all these records. So I'm now getting ready to go. So now the guy, I guess he run the spot. He noticed me. Hey, yo, what you doing, man? I said, yo, they asked me to come back. Yo, he went off on me. I couldn't even get to play the first record. Yo, he just went off on me.
He went off on you for what?
Because he saw I was on the set. He don't know me. But my man
just didn't want you to be on the set.
Either what, but he going off. Now, I understand you going off on me because you don't know me. You should go off on the DJ that you hired.
Right.
Why are you going off on me? I'm the floor guy. The guy that asked me to DJ, I said, okay, I'll rock a couple records, show love. And then when I get ready to say, he just come out of nowhere. He went off on me. Crazy.
Hey, get off my... Okay.
I like, you know what?
Fuck
got my drink, and I left.
Cool, that's it? That's the story?
That's it. Hey, why should I stick around? Why you not with me on the set make me feel like you don't want me in the spot. That's the way I took it.
Right.
And why should I be sitting down soaking according to what you just do? Fuck it. Get my drink, finish it up, I'm out. And then here it is, I see the DJ later on during the weeks. Hey, yo, man, I'm sorry, man. I say you should be sorry because you set me up for me to get screamed on. He should have been screaming at your ass. You the one that asked me to get on.
And what'd he say?
Yeah, you right. Got his head hanging down. Yeah, you right. You right. See, you damn
And you
right.
still need to pay me for my time, nigga. Fuck
I'm
you
gonna tell you
should've told him.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. Long time ago, ask Chuck Chill out when you see him.
Oh,
Remember?
shout out to Chuck Chill Out with his wild ass.
All right. So here it is. You remember this artist named Colonel Abrams?
Yes, sir.
So here it is. Me and Chuck was hanging out at Rocky Soul one day.
Mm.
And when we come walking in,
That's a record store, y'all, for
Yeah.
y'all that don't know.
yeah, record store in Midtown, you know.
Mhm.
And there a lot of DJs came out of there.
Yes, sir.
Sound System and Records. So as I come into there, both of us coming there, we hearing something that's catching our attention. Say, oh, this is the shit. So we come walking up because remember how in Rocky Soul you was always able to pull a record out to listen for the first time what it is, or you looking for something. So they played it, and we saw it was a test press. It was rocking. We said, yo, this the shit. So then here it is. Colonel Abrams saying, yeah, you like this? I said, yeah, what's up with that? Yo, you can't get this. You can't get this. You can't. We took a look at each other like, yo, what's up with this guy? So he just boasting. He said, you can't get this. No. Now here it is. The guys that work at Rocket Soul, they said, hey, Chuck, how you doing, man? Hey, yo, check this out, yo, my man. This is Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out. They on 98.7 Kiss FM. So he want to take the record right off and want to hand it to him. You know what I said? No, I can't get this. I can't get this.
I can't get this. Yeah.
I can't get this.
Yeah, you didn't want me to have it before.
Right. So no, I can't get this.
Oh, that's a good story. That's a great story.
So I
And what did he say? Did you know, because you know he's a little, you know, he's
he was looking at me in a shock because of how I responded to him. But I'm giving you back what you threw at me.
He didn't try to flame out on you at that moment?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Because after
I'm just saying. When they get mad, you know.
Yeah, I'm coming up. But no, it's just like how he threw it at me. Like, you can't get this. You know, he acted like that was Fort Knox. So I just threw it right back at him. I can't get this.
Motherfucking King's son is texting me right now.
That's my man, King's son.
Talking about how can I link in. Not tonight, God. We about to get off in a minute. I'm gonna bring you on another time, God. I love you, God.
I used to play his joint all the time. Hey, love.
Oh, come on. Hey, love. Hey, love. That was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He probably is watching right now. Like, oh man, he got Red Alert. I want to talk to the God. Hey, listen. Peace, God. We love you. I'm gonna bring you on for your own segment, so don't you worry. But yeah, man, that was a good story. So you ended up, well, I guess eventually what you.
Oh yeah, when the label had pressed up the records and everything, we got them.
Yeah,
you know, we started playing our own discretion. I just ain't take the record from him at that time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Serves you right, motherfucker. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know who somebody is. Like, yeah.
Hey, great words of my man. May he rest in peace, Prince Messiah. I'll never forget what he said. The toes you may step on today may be connected to the ass you may have to kiss tomorrow.
That's a good one. That's
never
a good
forget
one.
that. Rest in peace, my man, Prince Messiah.
Rest in peace, Prince.
He's the one that really took it to the next level because Magic was the one that started out with shout outs on the radio. But by the time we got with Prince Messiah, he was like my partner on Kiss FM. He used to have this slogan, shout it out.
Right.
Shout it out. So he took it to another level with that.
Yeah, your whole shit was genius, man. We thank you for everything you've done in this hip hop game, man. All the records that you've broken and just had the wherewithal to play, you know, before anybody else had the balls to play them, you know. We definitely thank you.
And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say real quick. A lot of people was wondering why y'all going full-fledged on hip hop because I was on commercial radio. I say I had to spoon feed it because what they wanted me to do when I first got on to play the R&B, the dance, along with the rap records. So you gotta give a little bit of everything. If you try to shove everything down their throat, you may chase everybody away. But if you spoon feed and mix it along with everything else, it come out better. So I took time to let it build up until it got to that level.
Well, that's up. That's what's up, brother. We appreciate you. Your methodology of how you got through this game, man. You did excellent work.
Thank you.
And you continue to do great work. And yeah, cool DJ Red Alert.
And I thank you and your crew for giving me some good ammunition.
Hey man, I appreciate, I appreciate that you didn't look at the record, listen to it, and be like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. You know what I mean? We got downstairs, like I said, and that shit was on the radio. Like, oh shit, I ain't even get in the car yet. Like, it's on. Like, niggas, it's playing right now. Like, whoa, that's what's up. Like,
if I like it, I'ma play it.
Yeah, man. So, yo, man, thank you so much for everything that you do. Again. Anything else you want to shout out that you got going on, that you want to promote to the people?
Yeah, like I say, I'm still doing my radio show. This past August, I just celebrated. I'm still celebrating 45 years of DJing altogether. Yeah, because I started in '76.
Wow.
Now here it is, 45 years. And my reason for celebrating the 45 years of DJing, because we lost so many people for the past couple of years. A lot of DJs and so. My man, rest in peace, DJ Lance from Brooklyn. Him and I, we started at the same time. He started in May. I started in August. He's not here to celebrate. So I go ahead and I do this celebration in honor of all the fallen DJs that I know, not just within and around where we live, but everywhere around the world who I've been connected with. So I'm doing that celebration from here to throughout. There's other things in the works right now. I also got a apparel line. I know you don't really see much of it, but this right here.
Okay.
This is my apparel line called Prop Master Retro. And it's a series of all different t-shirts, sweatshirts, jean jackets, the hoodies. I've been doing this for a while. Me and my man Mook, I do it like that.
That's what's up.
I also got this thing called It's Culture. Big up to my man Keith, who's my partner. And we got different merchandise such as cups, drinking coffee mugs. We got wine bags. We got the Bluetooth speaker. We got wine glass. So different a little bit of everything, man.
That's what's up, my brother.
If you want to go look up anything on me, at Kool DJ Red Alert. That's Kool with a K on social media, as well as my website, The Coolest Legend.
That's what's up. Well, shit, November 6th out in Pennsylvania, I'm doing a Rappers with Rifles firearm training class. You're welcome to come. It's going to be other celebrities out there as well, along with the general public.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pulling off the bang bang?
Yeah. We got people out there. You can rent some bang bangs. We got, we got the rifles, we got pistols, and we're gonna be just showing some firearm education and some firearm instruction. Any level, if you're not accustomed to it, if you're a beginner, come on out. If you're an advanced shooter, come on out. November 6th, we out in PA in the Poconos.
Okay, respect on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll send you an invite to your email.
Okay. Been a while since I've been at a range. Been a long time.
Yeah, well, this is an outdoor range. This is good. You can moving around and all that type of shit.
You still need the headphones though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, they got shit out there. They got earplugs and shit like that.
Okay. Will do.
But respect, man.
Respect to you, man.
Yes, respect to you, Red. Thank you so much for coming on the joint.
And respect everybody that's been supporting me throughout the years and what I've been doing. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Well, this is a spot for legends, and you were definitely a legend. So Ladies and gentlemen, DJ, Kool DJ Red Alert. Thank you, brother. All right, y'all. Rich FOTOG. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's what's up, y'all. Another great one with another legend. Rob Moore Maxwell said, thank you, DJ Red Alert. Yeah, man. They don't make them like that no more. These DJs can't play what they want. These new DJs just gotta go with the flow. That was a bygone era. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out to everybody who donated in the super chat. If I didn't get to shout you out at that moment, shout out to you now. Thanks to all my regulars in the house. If you didn't click like, make sure you click that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell. Click all so you get all the notifications. Once again, for the Anatomy and Godcast, shout out to my sister Digger. I hope she get better. Shout out to my man Godfrey. He's working, but hey, we happy for him. And yeah, for myself, Lord Jamar, I thank y'all. Kool DJ Red Alert. Hey.